Welcome to Dig It, a real estate podcast by Hubble Realty Company.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Dig It.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, we're here with a new department of Hubble, the Indigo Living side. So Indigo Living, for the people that don't know, is the property management side of Hubble. So we just hit 10,000 units.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, big news. So we just expanded to 4 states. So we manage over 60 plus communities now and 10,000 units. So we have some exciting milestones coming up. But
shout out to all our site teams.
Yes.
For everything you do. And very happy about this.
To get us there. Yeah. So to kind of jump into it today, we're talking about, I don't know, at least Megan and my favorite thing, scrolling on social media.
Oh, yeah.
So we're here to talk about TikTok today. So we're kind of just going to go into like what works for our department and how we kind of initiated it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the kind of first department to roll this out and kind of get our platform rolling. So to kind of introduce myself first, I'm Whylie Massey. I am half of the marketing team for Indigo Living, and then Megan just got hired a few months ago and is the other half. So
I'm Megan Muur. And so, it's a lot of fun working with Whylie. And let's talk about TikTok.
Yeah. So we'll kind of jump into it. With hitting that big milestone of 10,000 units, we had our site teams kind of get involved, and we kind of had like a video contest is what we did. So Megan can kind of explain that and go into that.
Yep. Yeah. So we had confetti poppers delivered to all of our site teams. So our folks in Illinois and Kansas City even, and then all of our Des Moines locations and South Dakota as well. And so they all got a package in the mail with some cookies that said 10K on them and then some confetti poppers. And all they were instructed was to make a fun video of them just popping the confetti poppers with their site team. And so it was really fun to see everyone get competitive. I was not expecting everyone get that competitive about it. So it was really fun. And then we just had a competition to see who would win. And 3 teams get lunch on us for, with all their teams. So
absolutely. And I think the fun part too was just kind of seeing what all the different teams could bring to the table. Like that's the fun thing about TikTok is you can kind of go anywhere with it. And that's how we're doing it. Like, I feel like it's not common for a property management company to have a TikTok. So we're trying to like pave the way and show that property management can be fun and sharing that stuff. So Megan specifically was hired to kind of take over the TikTok side of things, and she does a great job editing the videos and everything and staying on trend. So I feel like we'll talk about first, like what works well for us, like which videos seem to have like the most traction, and which are the most fun to make. So
I would say the things that get like the most traction, I mean, like whenever we do things with like our own team. So recently we did the what's the trend called with the nobody
me like you, the twin one.
Yes. So we just like did that, like just a fun thing like at work, and like that one got like over 2,000 views, and like that was the most viewed video in a while. And so it's just like fun, like when you see more of like the actual people and not just like the apartment buildings, I guess, or communities. And so anything around that line, I don't know. And then like just our 10K announcement stuff with like the little mic'd up interviews and stuff like that. I feel like that kind of content does really well.
I feel like the organic stuff is like, I feel like when we're scrolling on TikTok right away, you know, when it's like a paid ad or someone that's trying to like target you for something.
TikTok
So
shop.
yes, TikTok shop. I'm like immediately scroll. Like, I don't want to know about that.
Right.
But no, I feel like the organic stuff is the stuff that ends up doing the best. And we just had like a random one where Derek, our VP.
Oh no, the
chair. He's been with Indigo for like over 12 years, and he's had the same chair in his office for 12 years. And Megan had the great idea of just kind of like following him out as he dumps it and throws it in the dumpster. And I was like, what is the saddest song we can put behind it? And we did like, what's the song that the ASPCA song, the Arms of the Angel?
Angel.
Yeah. But they put it with the sad dogs, like with the commercials.
Okay, yep, I get you. Oh my gosh,
yeah, but that one that seemed to do the best, and that's when we can kind of get our teams involved in a little bit of everything. So and then from a personal side, like what kind of TikToks do you like to watch that kind of relate back to like real estate, or at least like our side of things?
Well, I don't know if you have seen like Ellie Jennings.
Yes, I love her.
Like, I just love her content. It's very like organic, as you said. And just like she's walking me through like, this is how much this house is going to like cost you in Des Moines or Ankeny or whatever. So I just love that she focuses a lot of her content around Iowa too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing too. Like your page has to be like a very specific niche.
Yes, absolutely.
To be able to grow. And so like she like really, as much as she focuses on real estate, she's talking so much about Iowa and like living in Des Moines and what that's like.
Yeah. And I feel like that helps like separate Iowa too, because I feel like everybody just thinks it's kind of like a flyover state and that we don't have like luxury communities. We have a little bit of everything. And I feel like she's kind of like showing that off and how much that Iowa has to offer. And I also like that her page isn't only about real estate, but it's like events in the area too, to kind of like hype up the location and the communities.
Des Moines, this is why you should live here.
Yes, absolutely. So she's been one of my favorites too, for sure. So yeah. What else is your favorite thing about TikTok?
I don't know. Like what do you like to watch? Like
I feel like mine is more for like personal versus like professional.
Okay.
I watch like a lot of like cooking videos and I love cleaning videos too.
Ooh.
So like watching that or home design. Like I love interior design. So watching how people like kind of incorporate stuff or find furniture that's like more affordable and how it works for their space, because like I feel like it's so easy like on Instagram or Pinterest to see the coolest designed homes and stuff, but not everybody can afford that. So I like how TikTok like brings in like personal experience and also like relates different to everyone kind of. So that's kind of my favorite thing to watch. I'm trying to watch like more educated stuff. But I like the fun stuff for now. What about you?
I like a lot of like get ready with me's. I just like to like hear like about people's lives, or like I like a lot of like wedding stuff. So like if they're like getting engaged and like what they're planning to like have for their wedding, all that stuff. So just like a lot of like longer talking videos, because like, in the morning I literally just like prop my phone up and like it's just like TikTok is on. So,
really?
If
okay.
I'm like doing my hair or something, like I'll like mid pause like doing my hair and like scroll it to go like to the next one. So I like the longer ones that are like almost like 7 minutes long or something.
I haven't gotten to that yet. I watch a lot of like podcasts. Like I watch the videos of my podcast, but outside of that, I haven't been on TikTok while I'm getting ready.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of lay in bed.
Like growing up, I always used to do like YouTube videos. Like I just like would watch like a vlog or something while I'm getting ready. So I feel like that's just where it comes from. Like I'm just like I want to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know, and it'll be interesting because I feel like they are pushing that really long content and videos and kind of going back to the vlog style.
Yeah.
And like the videos, especially with like the huge debate right now whether or not TikTok is. Oh no. I know. Maybe RIP. We'll see.
I hope not.
I hope not either. But it will be interesting to see how that works, because I feel like people, especially we're in our 20s, and my number one social media that I use constantly is TikTok. Like Instagram no longer 100%. For me. Like Facebook, not for our generation.
It's for my grandma. Like
it's a little bit dated.
Yeah.
And YouTube I'm starting to get into more because I'm seeing those influencers that are on TikTok kind of transition to those vlogs styles, because
I know, it's interesting. Like everyone used to be like a YouTuber and then it went to TikTok, and now the TikTok influencers are like, I'm gonna start doing a vlog channel. Like,
I know, exactly. It'll be interesting. I just hope TikTok doesn't fully disappear, because it'll be interesting to see what it does for like not only businesses but like small businesses too, because I feel like
a lot of people started on TikTok or like that's how people find out about them, and then maybe they did make a TikTok shop or just like easily for people to buy off of TikTok. So
there's like a lot of food influencers too that I noticed. There's this one guy that has over 10 million. He goes around to like local restaurants and I can't remember his name. We'll have to find it and attach it. But he literally has brought so much business to small businesses that are like possibly going under and stuff. And then there's lines out the door all because of TikTok. So it will be interesting to see what happens and if people will revert back to Instagram or go to Reels or something like that.
I know. I feel like there's like a certain audience that like watches Instagram Reels. Like I don't know, a lot of like the guys I know in my life, like a lot of the men are like, they're the ones that are scrolling Instagram Reels at night. And I feel like a lot more like girls that I know are like on TikTok rather. And I don't know what the difference is there.
I don't know. And yeah, it actually kind of surprises me that's the case. But when we were talking to Jen, one of our coworkers, she does digital ad placements, kind of like I do, but does it for like our other departments. And she was talking how like TikTok wouldn't be like the biggest thing for her to go away, as she was
Really?
like, actually, like I would transition the ads on Instagram Reels and stuff like that. And I feel like she was talking to us about that, and we were just like, I don't see me going back to Reels and like watching it after TikTok, and how quick the format is, and the trends are a lot faster too.
Yeah. To be honest, I think I'd go back to longer form videos on YouTube.
Yep.
Like
I think I would too.
Like I feel like any TikTokers that might move to YouTube if it did go away.
Yeah.
And so I would just watch like all their vlogs on there instead.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever do YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels.
I don't know. I maybe it's the algorithm that hasn't like caught up yet, or maybe we were talking about maybe we don't watch it as much as TikTok, so it doesn't know exactly what we like. But
true. Like I watch them when they're in the feed. Like if one of our videos was to come up, or Ellie Jennings, something like that, like I would watch it in the feed. But no, I'm not just like on the actual Reels setting and scrolling on there. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to see what happens. Fingers crossed.
I know
nothing happens.
Yeah. What do you think about like what's most like beneficial for first time renters to like hear about? Like if we were like focus content around that.
Yeah, I think like we said, the organic tends to do the best, but I think that a lot of information that we can give to them can be organically placed as well. I think for new renters, there's just so many things that people don't know going into it, especially people are coming from college and they don't have like their parents to kind of like verse them on that. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. It just, you never know. And there's like a lot of rules that come with it. So we're definitely going to do more like how-to and interactive videos with our leasing consultants and property managers to kind of walk through the renting process in general. I mean, there's people that like might not know that they need to, give a 60-day notice, like when their lease is up. Like most people think when their lease expires in 12 months, like, oh, it's done in July. Well, I can just move out, but
or keep living there.
Or keep living there or do month to month or whatever. But you have to give your property management company like a heads up. And so just doing small things like that. And it's also, if people haven't lived alone, just kind of educating them on simple things like cleaning out their dryer and switching out their filters, stuff like that. So I definitely think we want to do more educational type videos for those renters so they can look to our page to kind of get some information that they might not know.
Yeah, I think that can really help, because even like when I moved to college to live in a dorm, I feel like I had no clue what I was doing in that sense. So now living on my own, it's very different.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like also just helping people, I feel like everybody kind of has to think about their budget going into moving as well. And there can be like other fees that people don't realize. It's not just rent. You got to think about utilities. You got to think about water, stuff like that. So just kind of educating them on like what that cost might actually be and what they should ask their property management company when moving to that property. Yeah. So, yeah. Good question. Well, I guess from what you're seeing so far, I know you're new into like Indigo Living and for us, but like what has been your favorite videos to make, or what are you looking to make in the future?
Yeah,
I
definitely like, I just love the editing aspect. I've always loved editing. So I love the little fun videos of like walkthrough tours or things we get to do voiceovers on. But I think organic content is just the best. And I love like getting to know the team and stuff like that. So I would love to do more like getting to know each site team or something, like just like little interviews, like even the mic'd up things. Like, I just think stuff like that is so fun, and it's more engaging for people on TikTok to scroll, because I mean, like if you're not living around Des Moines and you see one of our TikToks about, let's say, level or something, you're not gonna maybe be very engaged in that because you're not around this area. So like, what's the best way we can just like promote Indigo Living for other people that might not be like looking for an apartment or to rent or anything?
Right. No, and I think that's spot on. I think that we have also so many locations that like, if you're not in East Village, you might want to see another property all the way in Waukee. And I feel like you do a good job with that. And we're trying to continue to do that and get more property managers involved in that, because also I feel like everybody doesn't want to see the same face over and over. So it's like you want to introduce new people and know that there's like a whole team behind this brand instead of just a few people too. So kind of getting all the teams in.
Yeah. What do you think is the best way to like get people to get comfortable too? Because I know a lot of people like don't like to be filmed either, and like sometimes it's intimidating. For us,
it is. Like, it is. Even like I'm like I would rather be behind the camera than in front of it. So I get that. I feel like at first is just kind of having a conversation with them. I feel like not just jumping into it right away, and just kind of letting them know that like, I don't know, like
they don't have to be perfect.
Yes,
like,
it doesn't have to be perfect, and you can also retake it if you want to. And everyone else that's like watching these videos, they would be just as nervous behind the camera if they are in front of the camera as they are behind it. So I feel like just having a conversation and then also just reminding them that they're the experts in this. Like,
true.
They know the property management side of things and they know the ins and outs of that community. Like, honestly, if they said something wrong and they're like, oh, this is 1,000 square feet and it's actually like 895, it's like, no one's going to be that detailed fact checked. Like maybe when they sign the lease, but like they know their property best and kind of just reminding them and just like hyping them up that you're the experts in this. And like, we're just here to like take a video and make sure we edit it to make it look nice. So
like when we do walkthrough tours, I just try to remind them like, act like I'm the like prospective resident right now. And like, you're just taking me on a tour and I happen to just be filming you.
Yeah. And I feel like that's how it seems. Like when I'm watching them, I'm like, this is how a tour would look. Like it's just very simple, just walking them through the high level things that are important for a renter, price, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, the things that stand out. And then of course the amenities. We like to always touch on the fun things as well. So
I feel like we should shout out a Des Moines, business right now while we're sitting
Northern
here.
Vessel.
So what are you drinking today?
So I have the Spanish latte.
Ooh.
It's really good. It has like hazelnut, concentrated milk. What else? Like caramel in it, I believe. It's really good. It's my go-to, but everything at Northern Vessel is like
this
the
is
best.
my first time trying Northern
Really?
Vessel.
This is your first time?
So
I didn't know that.
Well,
up. How is it? What's
great.
What's the rating?
I'm a simple iced vanilla latte girl or iced caramel latte. You can't really get wrong there. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
okay. Every time I have people visit from out of town, I bring them to Northern Vessel. And they're like, we love it. I even have a friend that lives down in Dallas, and I went there a few months back to visit her. We bopped around to different coffee shops, and I took her to this one here in Des Moines, and she still was like, I don't know, that might be one of my favorite spots. So
I'm still like finding a lot of places in Des Moines I need to try.
Yeah, Megan just moved here for everyone listening. So like every time I mention a place, she's like, I haven't been there. And I'm like, how have you not been there?
I don't explore the downtown much, so I need to I need to do that.
We told Kaylee, a girl that we work with, we told Megan that we're taking her out. And Kaylee and I are going to show her around downtown in East Village.
Please do.
All the fun places, especially, I feel like in the spring and summer months, there's so many places to go to. But Northern Vessel is so good. You need to go try something outside of an iced vanilla latte too.
Yeah, I know. I like a good matcha. Maybe
I think they do have matcha. Okay. I haven't gotten behind matcha yet.
I like a chai latte.
I don't know if they have a chai. Maybe. Okay. I'm sure they would make it.
I didn't look at
the customer service there too is like 10 out of 10. And I feel like that's what makes it as well.
Nice.
And they have, speaking of social media, an incredible presence on Instagram. Like I swear whoever's doing their Instagram is like working overtime. The kind of photography and like even the captions they have, like just incredible overall. So
shout out to their marketing.
I know, right? Wow. 10 out of 10. We can steal some ideas from them maybe. So
Random. How long have you been doing marketing?
So this is gonna age me a little bit compared to you. Okay, I have been doing it. I've been with Hubble, the marketing department, for 4 years in May. Coming up. I know. Woo, woo. And before that, I was at another company in their marketing department for 3 years. Okay. So I'm about to hit 7. So that's what I majored in was, marketing, but 7 years out of college already. But I love marketing. Every day is different. And that's what I love about Hubble and like Indigo Living in general is like no day is the same. And what I've really liked about Indigo is they just kind of let us roll with anything we want to do. Like when I first came up with like the TikTok idea and putting us on social media and was like, this may not be an audience for like our senior living communities, but like for these luxury communities or people like right out of college, like this is where they're going to view apartments and this is where they're going to be. So highly recommend getting on it. And Derek and the team was like, go for it. Like start making videos and editing them. And it was fun. And I loved doing it. But as you know, it takes a lot of time in editing. Right. And for TikTok, you got to be posting at least a video a day. Yeah. That's the thing is like, more. If not, like they say anywhere to like 3 to 4 videos a day to really gain that audience. And so that's why we hired you, and I could not be more happy to have you. So
Thanks.
You can,
I love being
I know you love the social media side.
So it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think a lot more other companies should value being on TikTok, even if it's like, even if it's just like, I don't know, a random company. Like you don't have to be like, I don't know, like I'm just thinking of the most like let's say like a furniture company or like we're real estate
Yeah.
or I don't know, like anyone can make it, I feel like.
I agree. And I sometimes think the most random companies make the best content because it's like, why
it's
are
just
you
funny
on here?
and like, yeah, like at like Walmart, like
Yes.
it's just like random, like.
I remember like, I think it was a year. I mean, they're still huge on TikTok, but Duolingo Duolingo, I think.
Yeah.
They do, they help you learn different languages and stuff, which is like, but they were all over TikTok. And I remember they went through this like phase where like all they did was have their like mascot, which is like a big bird, like a green bird. Yes. And he was doing like all the trends. Like, and that's when like Dua Lipa was really like big too. So they would do like
little phrases.
Like little, things back and forth. And I remember like me and my friends like all followed them. And it's like, well, we should probably like do a hobby, like learning a new language, but we were like following them regardless of like the actual product they were selling. Yes. Yeah. Because it's hilarious. This big green bird just like dancing on a table and to Dua Lipa. Like,
so like, even if like there's not, I don't know, like not every audience is going to be on TikTok, like you said, I just feel like it's just so fun and like great way to get involved. Like I know when I was looking for jobs out of college last year, like I was like, I wanted to see if they were on TikTok because it's like, it just makes a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like what you're saying right there for like recruitment purposes too. Like you want to go to a company, and if you want to get those new fresh people like out of college with like new ideas and stuff, you got to be on social media and especially on TikTok. So if you want to like kind of attract that type of employee too, I feel like you have to be there. So especially like exactly for you, like you wouldn't be here if there was no social media. You'd probably be like, no, I want to do something else that aligns with what I actually want to do. So but
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. I think
it was. Are we gonna wrap it up?
Wrap up and maybe like do like a fun question or something.
A rapid fire question.
So, all right, let's see what we have.
Okay, Megan. What do we got? Oh gosh, what is it?
What is your favorite piece of clothing you own?
Piece of clothing.
I like hate my closet.
I know, but I feel like you've been all about
Sponsored
Nuuly.
by Nuuly. Yeah, let me just talk about Nuuly.
Nice jacket that you have on right now.
Thanks. Nuuly is a clothing rental company, and so you get to pick 6 items a month. I had a bonus item this month. So nice. But it's a subscription, so it's about like $98 a month. But it's great if you work an office job because you're, you always want to switch up stuff. And I just literally hate my closet half the time.
I know,
and
that's
with
the hard part.
Seasons, like I don't know, it's end of March and we're gonna have another cold front coming. So
the hardest part of being in Iowa, just switching out your closet and like finding new clothes for that new season. But gosh, I don't know. A lot of my stuff, I will say, I've really been into thrifting lately.
Ooh,
I'm a big thrifter. I've
never been a thrifter. And
I wish really have to dig. It takes some time. Like the jacket I'm wearing right now is thrifted, so $5, which was insane. But gosh, favorite thing. Probably this very retro, like thick, I don't know what it's called, like a rain jacket thing, I guess. And I got it when my dad lives out in Colorado, so I thrift all the time out there, and I got it from Colorado. And it's like this very light blue, has these like turquoise, and I feel like it makes my eyes pop. So that's like my favorite clothing item, but
I love it.
I feel like I'm with you. I got to really get out there and start shopping again. So.
I feel like shoes would be mine. I guess like I like those like neutral Nikes that I have.
I feel like you and me have been buying a lot of new shoes. Like every time you walk into the office, I'm like, I like those.
I don't know. I've been in a shoe. I usually am not like a big shoe person. But I think like being in an office job, I'm like, I just want to, that's the one thing I want to like switch up. I don't know. So. And
I feel like just relating back to our topic too is like all of my clothing items now are like shoes and trends. Everything I see on TikTok. Like I'm like influencer, like these Adidas Sambas I'm wearing. I'm like, for the longest time I was trying to hold out, and then I saw so many people wearing them. I was like, I'm giving it.
And then I need to stop myself because I can't be influenced on every single thing.
Yes, exactly.
Gosh. There's like a thing about de-influencing right now.
Yes.
And just like not buying
overspending.
I see. Yeah. I should probably take that advice. But
I need to do that too. But going into the new season, I'm like, well, I have no clothes to wear, so I guess I need to buy some more things. So buy some more things. But well, awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today to kind of learn more about Indigo living and TikTok and what's working for us and what we encourage you guys to kind of implement into your company as well. So,
thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll catch you next time.
See you later. Bye.